are back. My name is Vince Ainger, and I have in the studio with me this morning is Justin Reeves. Justin knows everything about Green Springs finances. And I told Justin, first of all, welcome, Justin.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And I told Justin before we came on, I was just going to punch his button and let him go.
Nice. So thank you for having me today.
Yeah, well,
I really appreciate being here. So a lot of fun things going on in the finance world. Of course, financially stable. We're reviewing the half-year numbers.
Sure.
So through June 30, 2016, and we'll have an update at the next coffee with the exec team. A couple of slides just to let everybody know where we are to date.
Sure.
What else is going on is we are going to present our final Transitioning to Garden Ridge Forum this Saturday at 2 o'clock. For those that haven't attended or haven't heard about it, we are presenting some information regarding the potential transition to Garden Ridge from independent living. Sure. We have a number of departments there: finance, our move-out coordinator, philanthropy, the administration office, social work, the admissions team over in Garden Ridge, and we just want to prompt some of those questions. Come by and see us, talk to us. Sure. A couple of themes that we're emphasizing is talk to your social work. They're the first point of contact. They have an abundant amount of information that they can share with you and your family. Have your documents in order.
Yeah.
The power of attorneys,
sure.
Your trust documentation if you have one, medical directives, wills, et cetera. And we have a wonderful checklist in the finance office that you can come and check. We can review your file.
I've been going to do that for about a year now. You've got a file on all of us. And I need to come in and make sure that you've got everything that you should have on me. Yeah, sure.
But another kind of aspect of that is some people have some of the documentation, but it's not up to date. Yeah. Things happen. If you moved in 10, 12 years ago, guess what? Some documentation might have been updated throughout time, and we need that information because it just makes that process so much smoother. Sure. When you need to transition or during that time frame.
Yeah, one of the things that I wonder about is how do I make certain that my children can get into the apartment after I vacate that.
So that's within the documentation as well. Whoever your power of attorney is, it can, over healthcare and finance, has really not free reign, but really free reign per that documentation of during that transition period, we can talk to them about financials, healthcare, and provide them a certain amount of information.
Now there's a potential problem, if I recall, if the power of attorney is out of state. Is that the case? Or
and I would refer you to your attorney, but again, of course, we have a number of power attorneys out of state, but again, that document can really spell out what you want to happen.
Okay.
So we'll use that documentation we have on file. And good segue into the third point is get your family involved. Get your legal representatives, because we should have all your documentation. You, of course, should have all your documentation. And whoever your legal representative is, let alone your family, we should all have the exact same information.
Sure.
And you can come by, and if you don't have a residence and care agreement or your refund of insurance deposit form, we can make a copy and provide it to you and your family members, or make multiple copies for you. Sure. And it takes, at the most, maybe 10 minutes. It's a quick process. Yeah. So it's it's a good process. And our last forum this Saturday, we'll probably have upwards of 70 attendees, and that will probably put us over 250, 260 residents and legal representatives and family members for our 4 sessions that we provided. So we received good feedback, and again, looking for some additional feedback for those that have it.
Yeah, good. So we're in good shape financially.
Good shape financially.
Yeah. I was asking you before the show started. I couldn't remember who was handling our finances, who was managing our finances. It's Vanguard.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's a guy by the name of Jack Bogle, as I recall, in his 90s now. Impeccable reputation, and my sense of it is that Vanguard will do as good as anyone could do. They'll do as well as our government will allow them, I suspect. All right, that's good. One of the things I'm curious about, and I think I've heard Roy O'Connor address this when he was on. I don't know what the, he's quoted returns, and I guess it's a little early. It's a little early to do that with Vanguard. But also, I'm kind of curious about who decides and how it is decided who decides the allocation, cash, bonds, and so on. I seem to remember that the allocation was, I thought, conservative, probably properly so. I tend personally to have a high
risk tolerance.
I'm 82 years old, and I think I have over 60% of my 60% allocation over that to equity. Should do something about that. Shouldn't it? Sounds high.
So allocation. We have an investment committee. So with the amount of money we have in investments, we pull it with other Erickson communities.
I see. Yeah.
Right, to maximize the return.
Sure.
And with that, we have representatives from each community. We have our Erickson partners as well as our money managers. And this Friday, we're actually going to have a meeting to review some information. So again, we all get together. We talk about when we move to Vanguard, we discuss the potential allocations. What do we want to see? Is it conservative? What's our risk tolerance? And we all agree and really move forward with that. So currently, I believe we're probably about 60% equity, probably 30% bonds, and 10% cash.
I'm kind of surprised. The allocation to equity is that high. The one argument is that we are a senior community. On the other hand, Erickson itself is going to be around for a long while.
For a very long time.
Yeah. So
and they continue to grow. So we love the support that they offer.
Yeah. How many people in your office, Justin? How many?
In the finance office, we have, let's name them, Greg Zernhelt. He's our financial analyst. FEMA Watson Brown, our business office manager over in Garden Ridge, essentially the finance person within that building. We have Dana Brown, our move-out coordinator / purchasing manager, the main person you would be dealing with if you would transition to Garden Ridge or move off the community. And we have Marcia Ware, who's our accounting office coordinator. She's the one, when you walk into the finance office, the first person you come across. Then myself.
If I counted right, that's like 6 people. Good.
Correct.
So, what else should I be asking you?
So it's again a testament to our financial stability. I always give a shout out to the residents for paying the bills on time, of course, and just really taking an active approach to helping us manage the community. But I also want to look at our other Green Spring departments that are doing really well. Our continuing care building is well managed. The new team in place is doing a great job. Our general services department, who handles a lot of front of the house and back of the house things, they're getting a lot of projects done. They're keeping our campus clean, safe, et cetera. So just want to give them some kudos. We call them ancillary health department with home support, hospice, and certified home health. They're doing a bang-up job, just wonderful job taking care of our residents. And I know I'm leaving out some, but just everyone's just working together and doing a great job to provide the best experience we can for our residents. So through the half of the year, I'm very pleased where we are financially and operationally.
Sure, good. And we had our projects on track?
We review our projects, I would say monthly, but it's a lot more often than that. But again, a lot of the resident-facing projects, the awning cleaning, the asphalt repair, a number of projects, the art wall that was finished earlier this year up in Hunter's Crossing, just things like that. Our team is doing a great job completing, and a lot of back of the house things that are being done as well. Just boilers, fixing boilers, and changing out just equipment that keeps this place cool and warm, and the water warm and cold at the same time. So it's just a lot of things going on, but we're on track, and Lynn does a great job providing updates to the residents on a monthly basis at their coffee with the exec team.
It just strikes me as an incredible endeavor, keeping the place going. Awnings, really? My wife would have to tell me, Vin, it's time to clean the awnings. I'd say, why do we have an awning? Well, All right. What else do I want to ask you here? So the projects are ongoing. We have let's see. We have the Garden Ridge. We have a pool that's getting expanded, and the dates again. I've lost track of those.
So are you referring to the repositioning?
Yeah.
Okay, so repositioning with Garden Ridge, we are really kind of through the permitting process, right? And
That's a big deal.
Yeah. And as we've discussed previously, we received bids on the project that came in higher than we expected. Right? They really came in, I would say 15 to 20% a little higher, but that gave us a chance to go back and do a reassessment. You have to realize your large construction companies, they love to construct, they don't like to renovate.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, so we had to go back and really pull apart the bid to say, okay, construction company, you can build this building.
Yeah.
They told us we do not want to do the renovations, or we would charge X amount of dollars because it's risky and that might not be their expertise. So we have to go back and kind of reanalyze the bid process and go back out for bid, which will happen probably in the next 60 days or so.
Sure.
Right.
Okay, good. We're down to less than a minute here, Justin.
Okay.
I thank you for coming.
No problem.
We'll see you next month, I guess.
Yeah, I will be here.
All right. So stay with us, Green Spring, and we will be back shortly after a break.